Imagine it. A 400-pound silverback gorilla, muscles rippling under its thick fur, stands alone in a grassy field. Its roar shakes the earth. Facing it, 100 men, unarmed, ordinary, terrified, their hearts thunder, their instincts scream to run. Who wins this battle? At first glance, the answer seems obvious, but maybe, just maybe, it's not about strength, it's about fear, it's about doubt. And most importantly, it's about the hidden power we so often leave untapped. Today, we are diving into a thought experiment that's more than a wild hypothetical. It's a mirror for our minds. We'll explore why fear grips us, how we underestimate ourselves, and how understanding these forces can unlock extraordinary strength in our lives. From personal goals to societal movements, we will break down the battle, dive into the psychology of fear, explore how underestimation holds us back in life, and discover how to face our own gorillas. Plus, we'll share real-world stories, interactive challenges, and a special segment on collective power that'll leave you inspired. Ready? Let's begin. Let's explore why fear grips us, how we underestimate ourselves, and how understanding these forces can unlock extraordinary strength in our lives, from personal goals to societal movements. We'll unpack the science of fear, learned helplessness, the wisdom of Martin Seligman, and discover the strategies that can turn fear into fuel. A silverback gorilla isn't just strong, it's a force of nature. One swipe from its arms, enough to shatter bones. A sprint, it can hit 20 miles per hour. Now picture 100 men, individually weaker, but together, they outnumber the gorilla 100 to 1. So why doesn't it feel like a slam dunk for the humans? One word, fear. That gorilla's roar, its towering presence, its sheer unpredictability. It sends primal terror coursing through their bodies. Their amygdala, the brain's fear center, flares up, hijacking rational thought. When fear activates the amygdala, it triggers one of three responses: fight, flight, or freeze. Logic fades. Instinct takes over. Most of the men would freeze. Some might run. A few might charge blindly, fueled by adrenaline, but very few would act strategically. Why? Because of a psychological phenomenon called learned helplessness. In the 1960s, psychologist Martin Seligman shocked the world, literally. In experiments with dogs, he found that when they faced unavoidable electric shocks, they eventually stopped trying to escape. Even when escape became possible, they learned to feel helpless. Like those dogs, many of the 100 men might assume the gorilla is unbeatable. They surrender in their minds before the battle even begins. But what if they didn't? What if they tapped into their hidden strength? That's what we're here to find out. Think about a time you felt overwhelmed by a challenge. Did you freeze, run, or fight? Drop it in the comments. Fear isn't just about danger. It's about believing we can't handle it. Let's break it down. Psychologist Albert Bandura introduced the concept of self-efficacy. Your belief in your ability to succeed. Low self-efficacy means doubting your power, and fear magnifies that doubt. In our scenario, each man might think, I can't stop a gorilla, I'm not strong enough. That doubt becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We see this every day. People stuck in dead-end jobs, convinced they can't do better. Relationships that crumble because someone feared being vulnerable. Dreams abandoned because the gorilla of failure felt too big. Let me tell you about Sarah, a woman I read about in a psychology journal. She wanted to start her own business, but was paralyzed by fear of failure. She told herself, I am not smart enough, not ready. That's learned helplessness in action. But Sarah took one small step. She enrolled in a business course. That small win boosted her self-efficacy, and today her company thrives. Now let's zoom out to the group. In a crowd of 100 men, something strange happens. Diffusion of responsibility. When everyone's responsible, no one feels responsible. Against the gorilla, this could paralyze the crowd unless leadership emerges. Imagine one man steps forward shouting, "We can do this!" Surround it. That spark of leadership could change everything. History is full of examples. Think of civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., who rallied people against overwhelming odds. The power of the 100 lies not in their number, but in their unity, in their willingness to believe they can succeed together. If you were one of the 100, would you step up as a leader or wait for someone else? Comment below and let's see who's ready to face the gorilla. Let's dig deeper into the science of fear in relation to the brain. When the amygdala fires, it floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart races, your muscles tense, but your prefrontal cortex, the part that plans and strategizes, shuts down. But here's the twist. Fear isn't always bad. It's a survival tool. The key is learning to channel it. Studies show that elite athletes and performers reframe fear as excitement. Their heart rate spikes, but they tell themselves, this is my moment. Back to our scenario. If the men could reframe the gorilla's roar as a challenge, not a death sentence, they might start to think strategically, surround it, tire it out, use their numbers. But fear makes that hard, unless they break free from learned helplessness. Fear whispers, you can't do this. You can't do. Underestimation answers, why even try? This isn't just about a gorilla. It's about the battles we face every day. Let's explore how underestimation holds us back in 3 key areas: personal growth, career, and relationships. Think about a goal you've shelved. Maybe it's running a marathon, learning a new skill, or writing a book. Why didn't you start? Chances are fear and underestimation teamed up. Martin Seligman's later work on positive psychology shows we can unlearn helplessness. He found that learned optimism, training yourself to see challenges as temporary and solvable, builds resilience. If you want to run that marathon, start with a 5-minute jog. Small wins build big belief, just like lifting weights builds muscle. Your career, the gorilla might be a job you're afraid to apply for, a promotion you think you're not ready for, or a business idea you've buried. Imposter syndrome, that nagging voice saying you're not good enough, is underestimation in disguise. Seligman's research suggests reframing setbacks as learning opportunities. Failed a job interview? It's not proof you're unworthy. It's practice for the next one. In our relationship life, connection takes courage. Being vulnerable feels like standing before the gorilla, exposed, unsure. Underestimating your ability to love, forgive, or lead robs you of life's richest moments. Think of a time you avoided a tough conversation or hesitated to help a friend. That's fear at work. But just like the 100 men, your strength lies in unity. Communities thrive when people step up, like volunteers rebuilding after a disaster. So how do we face the gorilla? How do we break free from fear and underestimation? Let's explore 3 proven strategies, grounded in psychology. Strategy 1. Reframe. Fear isn't your enemy. It's a signal. Elite performers, from athletes to CEOs, reframe fear as excitement. Your heart's pounding? That's not panic. It's your body saying, you're ready. In our scenario, the men could view the gorilla not as a death sentence, but as a challenge. Reframing shifts their mindset from, we're doomed, to, we've got this. Strategy 2. Take small steps. Big goals feel like facing a gorilla. Break. End them down. Want to change careers? Don't quit your job tomorrow. Start with a single online course. Small wins build self-efficacy, like stacking bricks to build a wall. Seligman's work on learned optimism supports this. Each success rewires your brain to expect more. Strategy 3. Exposure therapy. Expose yourself to fear gradually, like building muscle. Scared of public speaking? Start by talking to a small group. Over time, your brain learns the gorilla isn't so scary. In our scenario, the 100 men's real strength lies in unity. If they coordinate, surround the gorilla, distract it, exhaust it, they could win. But fear and underestimation make unity hard. Look at history, the civil rights movement, women's suffrage, climate activism, all started with people who refused to underestimate their collective power. Today, we see collective power in grassroots movements. Think of global climate strikes or community fundraisers. Underestimating our ability to collaborate limits progress, but believing in our shared strength unlocks miracles. In our scenario, imagine the men forming a plan. Some distract the gorilla, others close in. One leader's voice could turn chaos into strategy. Think of a cause you care about. How could you contribute to collective action? Comment below and let's inspire each other. Psychologically, unity boosts self-efficacy. Studies on group dynamics show that when people feel part of a team, they're braver, more resilient. Seligman's positive psychology emphasizes social connections as a pillar of resilience. When the 100 men believe in each other, their fear shrinks and their power grows. The gorilla in your life might be a challenge, a fear, or a dream. Let's get personal. This segment is about identifying your gorilla and building a plan to face it. What's holding you back? Is it fear of failure? Fear of judgment? A dream you've buried? Take a moment to name it. Maybe it's asking for A raise, repairing a relationship, or chasing a passion. Grab a pen and write down your gorilla. Share it in the comments. But this was never just about a fight. It was about fear, underestimation, and the hidden power within us all. We learned that fear, fueled by the amygdala, can paralyze us. Learned helplessness, discovered by Martin Seligman, makes us doubt our strength. But we also discovered that optimism, unity, and small steps can turn fear into fuel. The 100 men could win if they believed in their unity. And you can win too, by facing your gorilla. Whether it's a career leap, a personal dream, or a community challenge. As Seligman said, optimism is the fuel for resilience. Alone, we feel small. Together, we move mountains. So, what's your next step? Face it, fight it, and you'll discover you are far stronger than you ever knew. If this sparked something inside you, hit that like button, subscribe, and join our growing community. Together, we're facing fears and changing lives.